Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good morning, y'all. Welcome into the show. Friday morning, guys, on a Labor Day weekend. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What a night last night. What a night last night. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about with Micah freaking Parsons being traded to the Green Bay Packers. We'll get into that and a lot more here on Sports with Weibo. Sports with Balls, dude. All right, let's key. Good morning, ballers. 6:20 on a Friday, August 29th. The Sports with Balls is back with a morning jolt you crave. Got the latest MLB wildcard standings, sizzling NCAA Week 0 wrap, and basically Week 1 starting last night. Seismic Micah Parsons trade that just lit up the NFL, and your fresh parlay of the day. Let's effing go, baby. Let's go. First of all, let's start off with the national holiday. We do this all the time. Today's a good one. Good one. National Lemon Juice Day, baby. I got my coffee, but I will be partaking in a little bit of lemon juice here in a little bit. Let's see. College Colors Day. So throw your college colors on, go to school, go to work, however, well, if they let you. Individual Rights Day. What is it? International Day Against Nuclear Tests. Sure. More herbs, less salt. National Chop Suey Day. National Chop Suey Day. And my favorite, National Sports Day. That's right. It is National Sports Day. That's wild. But welcome into Sports with Balls. Let's thank a couple of people before we get going. Always got to thank the sponsors that keep this show running. Number one, Apollo Image Enhancement Center. Guys, losing your hair sucks. Fixing it shouldn't be. Apollo Image Enhancement Center is the Houston's #1 hair restoration clinic and home of the Dermagraft hair system, the only immediate solution to hair loss. 45 years, 5 stars. Call 877-GET-HAIR today for your free scalp evaluation and fall back in love with your hair. Also, Ordonez Movers. Let Ordonez Movers do the heavy lifting, whether it's across town or across Texas. Ordonez Movers makes your move smooth, stress-free, and affordable. Professional, reliable, and always on time. These are the movers you want and showing up on time and moving on moving day. Local, long distance, packing and unpacking, licensed and insured and trusted. Last but not least, my man, Wes Butler at Butler CCS Incorporated. Fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. Wes Butler's got you covered. Go to Butler CCS or call them 713-330-9472. You got a fire at your house. You need cleanup. You've got mold in there, flood, water, whatever. Your dishwasher broke. You call Butler CCS ASAP. All right, man. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Let's get into this Micah Parsons deal. Let's get into this Micah Parsons deal. Let's go down the timeline. July 22nd, reported to camp on the first day, as usual. Good job. Good job, Micah. It took about 10 days before he requested a trade on August the 1st on Twitter. The next day, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones says he's not going to trade Parsons, calling the trade request just a part of the negotiations. One thing I would say to our fans, don't lose any sleep over it. This was August 2nd. August 7th, Parsons has back tightness. Wasn't on practice field for the first time during training camp. We all know that was just a ploy. I don't think he had tightness, but he wasn't there. Then a week later, August 13th, Jones says nothing preventing Parsons' contract talks, still hadn't discussed a new deal. August 21st, Jones says the offer to Parsons was the richest for a non-QB. August 22nd, the next day, Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer expects Parsons to play in week 1. And then yesterday, 6 days after that, and after we saw Parsons sit on the bench on the sideline in a lay on a bench, the Cowboys trade Parsons to the Packers on a 4-year, $188 million contract, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. $47 million. That is $6 million more a year than TJ Watt, $7 more than Jamar Chase, $7 more than Myles Garrett, and 12 more than Hunter. That is unbelievable. And he'll be back in Dallas, by the way, in 1 month on September the 28th, a month after he got traded to face the Cowboys. What do you think the reaction from Cowboy fan is going to be? Are you mad at Jerry Jones or are you mad at Micah Parsons? Me, outside looking in, and this, I'm taking all bias away. I am mad at Micah Parsons. This was strictly money, and we all know the NFL is not a money-driven league, and owners do not cave. They make a ton of money. I get it. They can afford this kind of stuff. But this is a business at the end of the day. Jerry made a great offer to Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons didn't want to stay with the Cowboys. That's the bottom line. That is how this thing shakes up. Micah Parsons didn't want to be with the Cowboys. I don't care if Jerry, he's making $47 a year now. If Jerry would have offered him $48, I don't think he would have taken it. He offered him a great deal, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL league, and he wanted more. So those of y'all that are mad at Jerry Jones, I don't know, man. I don't know. And honestly, is Parsons that proven? He's had 1 year as an All-Pro. 1 year. Jerry, see, we don't know how this is going to shake out. Jerry could end up looking like an effing genius if Parsons gets hurt week 1 and then never recovers, and then boom, you're like, we just don't know. Everybody has this blame game. All right, already. It's like, oh, this guy, it's his fault. Man, what happens if Parsons gets hurt? What happens if Parsons isn't the guy that we all think? Because I'll tell you right now, his attitude sucks. Apparently, he's not even liked with his own team. And that was the trade talk in general, from what I'm understanding. He's not a locker room guy. Micah Parsons does his own thing. We'll find out. Time will tell. But I don't think this is Jerry Jones being greedy. He offered him the richest deal in NFL history for a non-quarterback, and the guy didn't want it. He didn't want to stay with the Cowboys. So, again, we're going to see how this all shakes out. But you can't say that, oh, Jerry Jones is an idiot. F Jerry Jones, F the Cowboys. He might have made the smartest move ever. You don't know. Look, what happens if Arch Manning ends up a Cowboy because Dak's not doing the job because of these 2 picks that Jerry just got? First-round picks in 26 and 27. I mean, Jerry could end up looking like he might change the franchise before he passes away. I'm not saying he's passing away in the next 3-4 years. I'm just saying Jerry's pretty old. But, don't put this blame game on Jerry. Micah was greedy, guys. Micah was really, really greedy. And apparently not a locker room guy. And I know he's good. He's a defensive. Obviously he's a monster on the defense. But is he T.J. Watt? Is he a couple of these other guys? I don't know, man. He's yet to be proven to me to be paid the highest non-quarterback in NFL history. I don't know. Kevin Bear saying I see the business side of it. $47 million is a lot. $6 million more than the next guy. Trade in, move on. I get it. Yeah, I do too. I really do. I really freaking do. And again, Jerry will look like an idiot if Micah Parsons comes out and becomes a Hall of Famer. But what are the odds of that? You know what I'm saying? Not good. The odds of Micah Parsons becoming a Hall of Famer are not good. I think if you want to go on the Micah Parsons side of things, your argument should be that Jerry doesn't want to win a Super Bowl right now. Because could Micah Parsons help you win a Super Bowl this year? Yes. Yes, that answer is yes. If he plays like he did last year, yes, he could definitely help you win a Super Bowl. But in the long term, yeah, I think Jerry, my opinion, I think Jerry might have made a smart move. So Micah Parsons goes from the Cowboys to the Packers in a blockbuster. Green Bay lands the dominant pass rusher. Dallas gets defensive tackle Kenny Clark plus 2 first-round picks in return. The Giants get a defense surge into elite territory, really. Their odds skyrocketed to win the Super Bowl. I mean, got cut in half. They went from like plus 2,400 to plus 1,200 overnight. Which, look, the Packers are good. They've got a great quarterback in Love. Some good receivers. It's injuries with the Packers we're going to have to worry about. Parsons' arrival could be the tipping point, assuming Green Bay handles that cap and death constraints. But, we'll see. I just, man, huge trade. The Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys have been involved in some huge, huge deals. Didn't, McCarthy went to the Packers? Or Packers to the Cowboys. There's a lot of stuff going on there. This isn't a trade. It's tectonic. Green Bay just leveled up their defense and their playoff ceiling like literally overnight. Meanwhile, Dallas is playing chess with their future. I agree with that. Did they cash in or cash out? Either way, the NFC just got real interesting. It really did. Let me know what you think about the Micah Parsons trade. Hit me up on any social media outlet. It's all out down there, right here on the bottom, right there. Go to Sports with Balls or leave a message right here. I'll try to get to your comments and questions as soon as I can. But there is a ton to unpack today with the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, who will face off September 28th in Dallas. Now, can you imagine if Dallas loses that game? Can you imagine if Dallas loses that game to Green Bay and Parsons is a huge factor? Because if he's not hurt, I promise he will be. I promise you that game will have some sort of significance coming out of it. If Parsons is hurt or Parsons doesn't play or something like that happens, then we'll see. But September 28th in Dallas. What time is that game, dude? That's got to be a night game. That has got to be. I'll have to figure that out. What time? Oh, yeah, it is. 8:20. Sunday. It's a Sunday night game. Wow. Oh, man. I tell you what, Jerry Jones is an absolute genius, man. The richest franchise in the world. That even like all soccer leagues and everything. The richest franchise in the world is worth estimated $12 to $13 billion. I have not watched the Netflix documentary, but I will. Parsons to Green Bay. Holy crap. By the way, happy Labor Day weekend. Happy Friday. This will be the last show till Wednesday because I don't think I'm going to do one on Monday. We'll just see. Honestly, let's just see how the weekend goes. And then I will decide. If you see me Monday morning, which you guys probably won't be up. It's a holiday. So maybe I'll do a Monday night show. Maybe that's what we should do. A Monday night show and then just roll it on because there's the college football this weekend is effing ridiculous. Oh my gosh. College football last night was ridiculous. College football's back. And I'm here for it. This was phenomenal. Let's see, week 0 recap. Iowa State over Kansas. Kansas State. Kansas over Fresno State. Western Kentucky over Sam Houston. Hawaii beat Stanford. By the way, Stanford, Andrew Luck's coaching or GM debut, he lost. UNLV and Idaho State. UNLV beat Idaho State 38-31. Way to cover on that spread, though, by the way, Idaho State. But last night, we had football. Last night, we had college football, and it was fantastic. Boise State opening up their season. With a kickoff return for a touchdown. Same as last year. Boom. Boise State all the way. They didn't score another point the entire game. South Florida beats number 25 Boise State 34-17 in a rout. An absolute blowout. Mr. Madden for South Florida was 25 of 46, 225 yards. I'm sorry, for Boise State. That's Boise State's quarterback? Sorry. Do they have that wrong? How would he have a touchdown? Did he run that touchdown back? This is weird. It says that oh well. I'm pretty sure that it says that Boise State's quarterback threw a touchdown, unless he was the kid that ran. Is Mr. Madsen their their kicker? Is their quarterback their kick returner as well? But oh well. Let's go over to South Florida. Let's see. There's nothing that stands out crazy here. Byron Brown, 16 of 24, 210. They had two quarterbacks in there. They passed for 225 yards. The rushing, they had two guys, Alvon Isaac and Byron Brown. The quarterback also took off for 43 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, it was just an absolute domination by South Florida on defense. Boise State kicked off the ball and never got it back. Never scored again. I mean, South Florida's kicked to Boise State. Anyway, you get what I mean. I'm over that game. Let's move on. There were other games last night. Let's see. Let's go through this. Ohio at Rutgers. Rutgers 34-31. Bowling Green beat Lafayette. NC State wins. UCF wins. Delaware wins. Duke 45-17. Well, Duke cracked the top 25. Oklahoma State 27-7 over UT Martin. Minnesota Buffalo. UAB. Nebraska eking out a win in Chiefs Stadium, by the way, with Taylor Swift in attendance. 20-17 over Cincinnati. Good win. Good victory. I don't know the spread on that game, but I'm sure it was close. San Diego State just blowing out Stony Brook 42-0. Somebody messaged me yesterday. Was that my buddy Scott about a game? What did he say? Let me see. Hammer the points on South Dakota State today. That's what he said. And that's San Diego State. Did South Dakota State cover, what was it, 20-something points? I don't know. I'd have to look into all that. But, yeah, there's huge. Let's just move on to this weekend. Let's move on to this weekend in the NCAA, because on Saturday, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., we have the game. Texas at Ohio State. The line has now moved down to -1.5. It was -2.5. I'm still shocked this game's at 11 a.m. on Fox. That is early. Real early. That's good if you're like, I got a buddy of mine going to this game, and he said he's actually kind of happy that the game is early because of the fact that he's a Texas fan, and it won't give the Ohio State fan too much time to booze up. If this was a night game, these crowds would be rowdy. And Ohio State is a interesting venue to play in. Those fans are rowdy. And by rowdy, I mean aggressive. So Columbus, Ohio will be the spot tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., number 1 Texas and number 3 Ohio State. Syracuse at Tennessee will also kick off at 11 a.m. There any other ones? Nevada at Penn State. Penn State's favored by 43.5 points. Get out of here. Georgia's favored by 38 over Marshall. Alabama, Florida State, that's at 2:30 and could be a really, really interesting game. It's Alabama -13.5. I'm tempted to take Florida State on that, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to do – I thought Boise State would have put up a bigger fight yesterday. So I'm going to wait till after week 1 to really kind of get into the NCAA football gambling stuff. Let's see how these teams shake out and see how they play. Illinois State at Oklahoma. There is no line on that. There's not a line on a bunch of these games. A&M. -22.5 over University of Texas San Antonio. They're at home. That should be easy. I think Texas A&M and Texas play this year. The tickets are ridiculous. I think is it in A&M? Let me check this out. Where is that game this year? Yeah, it's in Texas. That's right. Last year was at A&M. It's in Texas. 6:30 p.m. It's the last game of the season. Of course, Texas being number 1 right now. We'll see how that shakes out. That A&M Texas game at the end of the year could be a huge. It's always a huge football game for these two teams in the state of Texas, but for national rankings and playoff stuff, that could be big. Ole Miss plays Georgia State. SMU, East Texas A&M. SMU, get this, and SMU is ranked 16th in the nation out the gate. That is awesome. Good job, man. Talk about a turnaround from the death penalty to now they're finally getting together. Now, while I say it's talk about a turnaround, it's taking them a long time. SMU, it's minus 50.5. I might take East Texas A&M just because, or the over 63.5. If you got SMU minus 50.5 points, like my Lord. Wow. That's the biggest spread in the top 25 for sure. So you got football all day tomorrow. That SMU game's tomorrow night. Arizona State, Northern Arizona at Arizona State's tomorrow night as well. That'll be the last game. Then Sunday, you've got Virginia Tech at South Carolina. And then Sunday night, you have the other blockbuster. So tomorrow morning, all the way till Sunday night, where you have Notre Dame at Miami. Huge football game. Sunday night. Wow. And this is college football's weekend, right? Give it up. Like, it's college football's weekend. Y'all can have fun because next week, the big boys play. Can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, let's move on. Is there any other NFL news that I need to break in before I go to baseball? And we'll just blow through the baseball real fast and get to the standings and the parlay of the day. No, yeah, really nothing too huge to go over. So let's dive in to baseball. MLB. First off, shout out to Kyle Schwarber. Big shout out to Kyle Schwarber, who hit 4 bombs last night. In the 21st game in the history of the baseball that's ever happened, Kyle Schwarber catching up in the home run race real fast. Did anybody have that on their bingo card? Schwarber with 4 bombs? Because if you did, you put $100 on it, you're probably very, very happy and rich man today. But nobody does that. So first 4 home run game for him, drives in 9 RBIs. That is a Phillies record. And they absolutely pound the Atlanta Braves. That's a good question. I wonder if there's any of those 4 home run games where the team lost. Interesting. Astros beat the Rockies in a good game. Good series. They win that series 2-1. Astros winning 4-3 yesterday. Let's see. Red Sox won over the Orioles. Diamondbacks beat the Brewers in an interesting game because I picked the Diamondbacks in that. Had a good pitching matchup with Quintana on the mound, and he lost. This guy, Krismat from Arizona, 2-0, 1.84. Good pitcher. Cardinals win. Giants beat the Cubs. And the Phillies, of course, 19-4. What an ass whooping. If you're a pitcher, that is fantastic. The Mets lose to the Marlins, which was another shocker to me. And the Yankees continue their dominance right now. The Yankees are actually playing really good baseball at the moment. They are 7-3 in their last 10. 4 games behind Toronto. Half game behind the Red Sox in the standings. But you got Toronto up top 78-56. Going down to the American League Central, Tigers are still, they've pretty much wrapped up that fight. The Detroit Tigers are going to win the Central and be in the playoffs, of course. And then we move to the West, where it's interesting. The Houston Astros have a 2-game lead over the Seattle Mariners. I know they got games coming up. Let's see when they play, because we're getting into September, and the end of September's playoffs. October baseball is coming up. Every game played now is meaningful. Every single game. There's not one that's like, no, every game now matters. And I love this. I love this about baseball. The Astros will play the Mariners. Let's see. September 19th. That's the end of September. They've got series with the A's after that, and then the Angels after that. So it's not too big of a deal, but that's the last time. But they've got Angels, a 4-game series with the Angels starting today. 3 games with the Mets, 3 games with the Rangers, who just lost a huge piece again. Man. And then you've got Toronto Blue Jays, Atlanta, Texas, Seattle. Yeah. So they only have 3 games left with Seattle. So basically beat the bad teams. You beat the bad teams, you are in the playoffs. But that seems to be harder than it looks. All right, let's go down to the National League. Los Angeles Dodgers in the West, 2 games up on the Padres. That's going to be fun till the end. The Brewers have not clinched the Central. The Cubs are still there, 6.5 games back, but that's going to be tough. Brewers have played good baseball this year. Now, they've actually been pretty slow, and they're 4-6 in the last 10 after, they rip off a 12-game winning streak at 13 out of 14. That was insane. And then you have the Phillies are 5 games up on the Mets. So these races will be a lot of fun. The wild card races are really what's going to get interesting. The Red Sox, Yankees, Mariners, and Royals all fighting for 2 spots in the American League. And you have the Cubs, Padres, who are in right now. And then you have the Mets and Reds fighting for four teams fighting for 2 spots in the National League. The Reds are 4 games out. Can they squeak in there? September's awesome. September baseball, fantastic. And here we go, guys. Labor Day weekend. Get out some fun. Get your fun out because MLB starts in the playoff races. Then you've got NFL that's starting, college football ramping up. This is a great time to be in sports. All right, let's go to the parlay of the day, man. Angels at Astros tonight. Nope, ain't touching it. Cardinals at Reds. Nope. Braves at the Phillies. Ranger Suarez on the bump for the Phillies. Look, if they score half the runs they did yesterday, they're going to win. I like the Phillies. Are they going to be exhausted? Maybe go do some research and find out if the Phillies or how many teams can win by, 15 runs and then come back and win the next day. But I do like the Phillies in that game, so I'll put them on there. The Rays look really good. They got Hauser on the mound. He is 7-4 with a 2.8, and they're playing Washington, who's a terrible baseball team. Freddie Peralta's on the bump for the Brewers, but they're facing the Blue Jays, and Shane Bieber's on there. So that's a great baseball game. I'm not touching that one. Marlins at the Mets. Dude, Eddie Perez is on the bump for the Marlins. They just beat the Mets. I'm leaving that alone as well. Paul Skeens is on the bump in Boston. That'll be a fun game to watch. It doesn't say that's on national television. Oh, it's on MLB. Whew. Paul Skeens in Boston. Will y'all show Livy Dunn? Will Livy Dunn make an appearance? Will she be in Fenway tonight? Maybe. Mariners at the Guardians. Yankees at the White Sox. Give me the Yanks. Even though the White Sox got a good pitcher on the mound, give me the Yankees. I like that. Tigers at the Royals. Good baseball game. Going to leave that alone. Padres at the Twins. Nestor Cortez, really? Cubs at the Rockies. For sure, give me the Cubs or the over on that game. Rangers at the Athletics. Nope. Diamondbacks at the Dodgers. I could put Arizona in there, maybe. I mean, not Arizona, the Dodgers in there. We'll see. All right, there's my 5 teams. You can take the Dodgers in or not. That's up to you. But I do like the Phillies, the Rays, the Yankees, and the Cubs. Phillies, Rays, Yankees, Cubs. Do whichever parlay you want to take them individually, but that is my teams. All right, let's thank a couple of people, guys. This has been a hell of a show. Apollo Image Enhancement Center. Guys, losing your hair sucks. Apollo Image Enhancement Center is the #1 hair restoration clinic and home of the Dermagraph system, the only immediate solution to hair loss. 45 plus years. Regain your confidence. Call 877-GET-HAIR today for your free scalp evaluation. Fall back in love with your hair. Ordonez Movers. Let Ordonez Movers do the heavy lifting, whether it's across town or across Texas. They make your move smooth, stress-free, and affordable. Professional, reliable, and always on time. Local and long distance. Packing and unpacking. Licensed and insured. Call them right now. Ordonez, or go to Ordonez Movers or call 713-373-1659. People are good. Last but not least, Wes Butler. Y'all know it. I know it. He's hooked up my home. He's hooked up other people's home. Fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. 713-330-9472. Get over to Butler CCS and give them a call. Fire, water, mold, or roofing. Guys, it's been a great show. Have an insanely good Labor Day weekend, man. Thank you, ballers, for joining the show. I'm Jeff Michael, and I'm out of here.